I am working with Bruno here on the waiting game. Some people call it parking their dog or, quote, like stepping on their dog. So I'm just like stepping on his leash here. There's another puppy in the room though, and you can see that it has him really worked up. I backed pretty much as far away from the other puppy as I could, but Bruno is still beside himself with excitement to see the other dog. So while also doing the waiting game, I moved into distraction, mark, treat protocols. So we are doing 2 different protocols at the same time. With one of the protocols, the expectation of it has been removed. So in the waiting game, the expectation is for the dog to sit or down at my feet. He was never going to come to that conclusion on his own with the excitement of another puppy. So we move into distraction, mark, treat protocols, saying what I'm going to care more about is that the dog stands next to me and remains composure in the face of the other puppy or whatever distraction there might be. Bruno is still very young for himself, and the excitement of another puppy is still very exciting. And so, there's a sit. So we can't expect him to be able to come up with the right answer or choose the right decision on his own in the face of a distraction without a secondary protocol, which is distraction, mark, treat. We also cannot expect him to just magically not have the energy that you see here. We can't magically expect him to, I stepped on his leash and so now he's just going to totally self-pacify and calm himself down. So after this, we are also going to begin playing tug as reinforcement for remaining calm. So I got him up. I got my foot back on his leash. You can see he was grabbing his leash. He was jumping all over me, all of this energy. Doing the waiting game, he isn't going to make a good decision on his own without the secondary protocol of distraction, mark, treat. So sometimes as a trainer, you have to be very flexible in your training and be willing to sort of maybe sacrifice all or pieces of one protocol to work on your distraction work. Nothing is more important than your distraction work. And as we can see, as he falls into the distraction, mark, treat protocol, just DMT for short, so he's looking at that puppy and looking back at me, looking at that puppy and looking back at me. He begins to be able to offer the sit that I was looking for to begin with. Now, with the waiting game, a down is always preferable. I do want the dog to eventually, even in the face of distractions, want to choose to lay at my feet. But again, he's not there yet. We're going to pay what we get. We're going to pay anything in the right direction. Now, like I mentioned earlier, he has this energy. He is a young wime. He has a bunch of energy. Without an outlet for that energy, we really can't be expecting our dogs to, quote, sit still, right? So lots of owners are like, I just want my dog to lay still. I just want my dog to sit still. Meanwhile, the dog has all this pent up energy. So after some successful repetitions, I'm actually going to let him get the energy out via playing tug like this. And he also really wanted to play tug with his leash. So if I just have a toy around, I can replace the leash with that toy instead. Oh my God, let him get all that energy and all that frustration out. And honestly, having play come secondary to the control aspect, the control we did earlier, he will begin to like the control aspect because it predicts the ability to play later on. So breaking off your control with play is always going to be a good idea as well.